Hello, welcome to Win Some Loosemore. My name is Dieter and you join me for another mechanisms video where I take you through some of the language that we use about the way the games work, try to explain them to you, give a couple of examples and try and help you understand what on earth we're talking about. Today I'd like to introduce more of a genre again to you. This is called abstract games or abstract strategy games. People call them different things. And for this first video on this, I'd really just like to introduce the concept of it, because there's a couple of key categories within that I'll take some time to look at some examples of what those games might be. Now, abstract in language generally is contrasted against concrete. Those are the two descriptors of what things can be. An abstract concept is one that has no tangible physical form, and a concrete concept is one that you can touch, you can interact with in some way. So when I was a teacher, when you're introducing a new topic, you had to make it concrete first. You had to put it into a context that they could understand, rather than just go, okay, we're going to talk about stimulus today. Well, actually, what does that mean? Actually try and explore that and make that into a concrete thing. It's a similar thing that we mean when we're talking about abstract within games, but of course games themselves are a physical concrete thing, so it's not quite the same. We're talking about really the object and point and world of the game, if you like. Abstract games typically either don't have a theme, or the theme doesn't play into the gameplay at all. You're not doing the thing that the game says you're doing. This isn't always the case, and actually, as I do give some examples, you'll see that actually there are some exceptions to this. But typically, in an abstract strategy game, you are trying to do something directly competing with another person and trying to do something before them or better than them. So the typical example of an abstract strategy game that people know is chess. This is an abstract strategy game. There's probably a theme. There's probably some kind of idea of my forces attacking your forces kind of thing. I'm sure that's there somewhere. But if you went on the street and asked somebody what's the theme of chess, they don't know. That's not what chess is. It's an abstract strategy game. And it falls into one of the categories of trying to capture or defeat your opponent in some way. So all of the pieces have a different move. Why do they move like that? Because they do. That's an abstract strategy game. That's just how it is. Those pieces do that to achieve this abstract goal. Why am I taking their king? Why is their king the most important piece? Because the game says so. That's as far as it goes. So that's one type of abstract strategy game. It could be capturing a location. It could be getting X number of things in a row. So Connect 4, the very, I suppose, popular game, family game of just getting 4 of your color in the same row. Why? Well, that's just what the game tells you to do. How do you do that? Well, you drop your disc in. Okay. There's no reason to it. There's no point. There's no story. There's no narrative. There's no theme, really. It's just, I'm trying to out-puzzle the game better than or quicker than you. And that essentially is what we mean by an abstract strategy game. So that's as far as I'm going to go into it right now. As I say, I'll put links up. The little eye should appear on the screen, taking you to the other videos that I'll do on exploring a couple of those types of that capture, or taking the other opponent piece type and the connecting several together type, because within the modern style of board games there are a good number of really good popular examples. The only other thing to note is that we might use that abstracted or abstract or an abstraction of language when talking about a game that uses other mechanisms. So one of my favorite games from last year is a game called Tapestry, which is a civilization building style game where you are building up your presence on your board and getting monuments and improving in technology or military or something like that. But all you're doing actually is pushing a cube along. You're paying resources to push a cube. You're not actually really engaging in battle. It's just, I've entered your space and someone wins. That's it. There's no mechanism to do the battle. When I gain a technology or something, I just get a card. I don't have to do anything to gain it. So we would say that that is a more abstracted take on the civilization theme. I don't have to have some wood and some flint to have made this fire. It's not as logical or as real as that. It's, I've paid the random resource that it asked for, pushed my cube up, and it now says that I can do that thing. So that word will come up as well. So there's abstract strategy games, let's say. I'll give you the link to more videos where I explain a few of those different types, but also just to note that we will use that word when describing how a theme is integrated or how different mechanisms that we've talked about are used within a game. I really hope that's helpful for you in trying to understand what we mean when we say an abstract game or an abstract strategy game. If you want to find out about other videos that we do consider subscribing to the channel. I've got a mechanisms series, a why I like series. We do a few different videos, and do hit the bell icon if you want to stay updated when new stuff comes out between the videos. It'd be great to connect with you on social media, so do consider following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those places, just search Win Some Loosemore, you'll find us. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back again soon with another video. I hope you'll join me for it. I've been Dieter for Win Some Loosemore. Goodbye.